Howdy, darlings. It's time to make some enemies. We're going to do an Izzet mill list. So let's explain what the gist of the deck is. We're going to start with, actually, let's just start with Maddening Cacophony. This is a nice one. Costs 1 and a blue. Each opponent mills 8 cards if the spell was kicked. Instead, each opponent mills half their library. Round it up. This is a mill list. So we have cards like Maddening Cacophony to really spike and put a whole bunch of cards in the bin. We have Ruin Crab. It's a 0/3 that says whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent mills 3 cards. Another strong mill tool. And let's not forget that there's a lot of 2 damage creatures. So the 2/2 Wolf from Ranger class, a whole bunch of cards in White Weenie lists. Sculptor of Winter is a 2/2. There's a lot of 2 toughness things that Ruin Crab can slow down. And last but not least, one of the freshest, biggest hits to land on the mill scene. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until that player has exiled cards with total mana value 20 or more. So, for instance, if our opponent mills a 5-mana card, a 5-mana card, a 5-mana card, then a 6-mana card. That's the first 4 cards off the top. That's a total mana value of 21. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6. And then the spell would be done. But let's imagine that my opponent mills land. That's 0 mana value, so we keep going. 5-mana card, 5-mana card. Land. We've only milled 10 mana worth of cards. Keep going. 1 mana, 1 mana, 2 mana, 1 mana, 2 mana, 1 mana, 2 mana. Okay, now we've passed 20. It stops. Sometimes you can just gobble up like 25 cards if your opponent has like a really cheap mana curve and we hit a bunch of land. So this is fun. Tasha's Hideous Laughter, Maddening Cacophony, Ruin Crab. Key cards for milling our opponent out. What does the rest of the list look like? Well, we're leveraging the 2 most popular Delay the Game cards in blue, Fading Hope and Divide by 0, to just return creatures and spells to the hand. We also have a Cathartic Pyre as the removal card of choice, because sometimes we want to discard and redraw with it. And then Spell Duplication, Dual Strike. When you cast your next instant or sorcery spell with mana value 4 or less, copy it. Galvanic Iteration. When you cast the next instant or sorcery spell, copy it. Hell yeah. Now this is a best of 3 list that uses much of the sideboard for the purpose of just getting the stuff that is needed from here. So should we play this best of 3 first? You know, I think I'm actually going to put this down and put this up. Oh, I'm accidentally removing these from the game. Okay, I'm meant to be hitting this one. Let's move this down. Okay, hold on. I'm going to re-import the list. So I really hate the sideboard UI, so I need to change this first. So what I want to do is I want Mercurial Transformation down, teaching the Archaics up. I want this down, this up, this down. I want this up. So this is technically a best of 3 list, but is primarily using the sideboard to just... Actually, I can't even think of a single non-lesson here. Yes, using the entire sideboard for lessons. That's awesome. That's sick. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to first do some Izzet mill in best of 1. Let's see if this puppy can survive in best of 3. Why is it calling it 5 colors in Arena? They made a choice, which is that sometimes there are cards that say, hey, you can use either blue or green to cast the spell. And what the game does is it labels you as both a blue deck and a green deck, even if you are only ever using it for blue. Which I think is not unreasonable. Valentin, Dean of the Vale. Alright, so the first things first is we want to spend time setting up our dual strike. It costs red, but if we foretell it, it'll only cost single red. So, what is this? At the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, create a blood token. So my opponent looks like some sort of blood token-y kind of list. Use Expressive Iteration to... Fuck. 1 in the hand. One in the library. One in exile. So this is a bit of an issue that we are not quite hitting our landies. So again, we're trying to be willing to let our health fall down. Yuck. I'm actually going to pop this for red right away. My opponent does have relatively cheap cards in here. I just don't want to take this much damage on this turn. I'll probably will after Cathartic Pyre. Still think I have to do this. Do I dual strike it, though? Probably not. I can also Ruin Crab Cathartic Pyre, but I think to pull off the kind of combos I need, I really want that land. And library in exile. Alright, so now I will put this one down. Boink. Yeah, I think it slows the bleeding a lot. Like, the Blood Artist will mean that we take the damage. This one doing whenever you gain life, you just want to lose it 1 life. Okay. Nice, because now I can go Ruin Crab. Ruin Crab. Island. Alright. So let's see, there's 43 cards left in the deck. So next turn we could kick for 1 billion. Divide by 0 is, like, so flexible. So Rafflecopter, here's where my opponent attacks, so I choose who blocks. And then before anything dramatic happens, before the attackers clonk into the blockers, I'm going to send back this marauding Blight Priest with my spell Divide by 0. So, in response, it looks like they sacked a... Or, in response, they cast a spell. And it goes back to the hand. We're going to get Environmental Sciences, I believe. Because we want to try to heal a little bit. Want to guarantee that land drop. So I actually think we first Expressive Iteration. Seems like a good a time as any to do it. Okay. This one goes in the hand. And one in the library. Alright, and then like this. So we can mill 24 cards. Yeah. I think I do need to cast this for the life. Like, quite badly. Unleash Maddening Cacophony for 8. No blocks. So my opponent has 25 cards left. So we'll be able to mill... I can see us milling 22. Block like this. I can see us milling 22. I don't exactly see us milling more than that. So it's gaining a life. If one has 3 mana, can sack a blood token. We'd go down to 2 because of the Marauding Blight Priest. So let's think here. If my opponent has 23 cards left, round it up. So we round up to 24. Ooh, that's lethal. Oh, that's sick. Alright, so we... Damn. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my god. You hate to see it. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is good. Do it, sack it. My opponent had exact lethal, but now I have exact lethal on this turn. Zoinks. This card is so good. Bled me out! It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Excellent. Alright. Getting back to it. Getting back to the best of one isn't milling it. Dude, I mean, I think we're gonna get there. I think we're doing it. Okay. Red. Blue. Blue. Red. All right. Blue. Untap. It's crabbing time, baby. Oh, yes. We get the crab out, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, Kargan Intimidator. Sure. I mean, that's, like, not a big deal. Land enters the battlefield. Milling 3. That feels good. We're going to go ahead and send the Kargan Infiltrator out. Excellent. Let's go ahead and not do anything. Okay. Choose one. Hand. Library. Exile. Perfect. So we're probably going to hunt for blue here. So my opponent's playing red, which means that the likelihood of my opponent... I think I just accept this damage. The likelihood of my opponent having a relatively low mana curve with things like Kargan Infiltrator. I keep saying Infiltrator. It's an Intimidator. I love this. Whoa! Alright. Woo. White mana's in there, huh? Alright. Let's go ahead and scry here. That is good news. I'm not going to attack. You couldn't pay me to attack. Alright, let's see if our opponent does the same buffs as last time. So it's a coward. Okay. So wait for my opponent to spend all the mana, and then I send it back to the hand. We win! Yeah! Rolf Copper says, thank you so much for all the information. Really do appreciate it. Just getting off work now, so we'll drop out of the stream. Also, thank you, chat, and some stellar explanations as well. Have a great day. Alright, here we go. Alright. Okay, here we go. Why would I not want this hand? This hand is hilarious. Oh, I'm doing it. Evolving Wilds. Getting blue stuff. Blue. Blue, 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 red, red. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-oh. It's Ash Pomelo. What to do? What to do? Why not? Blue, blue. Alright, here we go. Alright. Send it in. So my opponent is blue, black. Play a lot of dead cards. Alright. So I think that Galvanic Iteration, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, is like what we're all about. Oh, I actually... Oh, I know the play. Oh, I know this play hard. Hard as hell, actually. Alright. Let me just type something real fast. Alright, okay, I see the play, I see the play. Alright. Oh, discard up 2 cards. I was like, man, this thing's taking forever. Alright, here we go. Alright, so, look, I have the play now. Oh my god, I have the play. I have it. We have it. Let's get the red out there. Shift, enter, shift me through this turn, dude. This is it. This is it, dude. Okay, are you ready for this? This is gonna be disgusting. Absolutely not. Get out of here. I'm gonna do Teachings of the Archaics. Man, you don't even know. Like, this is crazy. Dude, watch. Watch. My opponent's just gonna pass the turn to me. It's gonna be sick. Okay, are you ready? Alright. Watch. 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 Just watch. Okay. First things first. Dual Strike. When you cast your next instant or sorcery spell, Copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Okay, do we see? Do we see this? Then I'm going to play Galvanic Iteration. When you cast your next instant or sorcery spell, we copy it. We're going to copy the thing that copies. Do you understand? Dissipate away, baby. We still get one. Wow. Alright, let's try again next turn. Teachings of the Archaics, baby. Teachings of the Archaics. Unexpected conversion, sorcery speed, sure. Okie dokie. Dookie. Alright, things are getting exiled, It's fine. Go ahead and cast Galvanic Iteration to copy stuff. We're going to leave an extra mana open in case of Jwari Disruption. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Ooh, that was good. We got a lot. Looks like we got 12. And then from the second one, we will get 13. Very good. Very cool. We have 41 cards left. They have 11. Very good. Very good. Alright, key to the archive. I mean, problem is we don't really have a lot of cards left to... Well, they have 6. Oh, look at this. Oh, they have 8 cards left. 8 cards left in the deck. And they've tapped themselves out. That's fantastic. This is add 1 mana of the chosen color. Or, let's go with, red. Doesn't matter. Scry. Don't want that. I'm gonna discard 2 cards. Discard. Bada bada. You hate to see it. 7 cards left. Bless me. Thank you, Harry 7 Dresden. Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, legitimately. Fuck. Tapping out again. Sure like to see that, you know? Maybe if we just get a Tasha's Hideous Laughter or something like that. Opponent mills 8 cards. Opponent mills 8 cards. I'll scry 1. Let's name Blue. Go ahead and scry. Yeah, I'll hang on to that. There it is. I love it. Can I just say, for the moment, I really think that this game needs a big animation if you win with Mill. And I have the idea. If you've ever beaten on Windows 95 Solitaire, that's what I want to see when milling happens. I want to see the mill cards go dung 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 dung. That's what I want to happen. And I want it to keep going behind the victory screen, because the fact that I won matters most, but that's still the correct animation, just saying. I go first. Dum 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 da 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 da. Red. Oh, I love laughing hideously. It's actually one of the core value adds that the stream brings. Bum bum bum. Dude, my opponent's avatars look fucking hilarious. Bum 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 ba da 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 da. Voice of the Blessed. Yeah, I mean, this is actually a bit of an issue. I'm gonna do this. looks like we get 9. We get 9 cards. That's pretty good. Our hand is face up. Righteous Valkyrie, prepare. Ow. Okay, I mean, this does help. This does help. Yeah. Alright, so this is pretty good. I mean, this is pretty good. Black man. So we could get. Oh yeah, I'll do that. We could get Glass Mimic fooled. Oh, thank goodness, that's pretty good. Okay. All right. All right. And there it is. Get out. Environmental Sciences. Usually the Archaics actually seems pretty tight here. Fire of Heroes. Fuck out of here, man. Do I dual strike the Cathartic Pyre on these babies? I think maybe that's the play. I think that's just a little bit too much damage. Huh. So I need to do this now, before it lands. I need to resolve first. So then this resolves first. Oh, that's a sorcery speed thing. Oh, I'm a dumbass. I always forget that it's sorcery speed. Still not bad. I mean, that's bad. That's a bad one. It's not good, this one. So this will draw 2 cards. How do I win? Because if I Tasha's Hideous Laughter... I'm going to do this. Holy shit. Holy shit, we got a lot of cards that one. Okay. And then this is gonna reveal cards and, like, draw them. Oh, it doesn't do fucking anything at all. Oh, shit, it literally doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything because there's not 20 cards in Graveyard, Hand, and Library. In fact, most of them are in exile. Oh my god, that's... Well, I will say that was a doozy to see. That was a doozy to see. You gonna get rid of this one? 19 cards left. Okay. But Suzu says, is the goal to hit diamond today? Well, if I'm being honest with you, all we've actually ever really done is hit diamond. So our goal today is instead to win increasingly idiotic games. My god, we are close. You know, we might actually just get the Mascot Exhibition here. We going to 1? I think we just go to 1. Now, if we just bink another mill card off the top... Righteous Valkyrie prepared. Alright. I'm not afraid. Alright. My favorite draw. Alright, nice. Ooh. Oh, we needed that. We needed that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. Perfect. Perfect. It's like it lined up right. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. I wish that when I sacrificed an Evolving Wilds, I could look in their deck and give them another land. Because then that would have really made things so simple. Isn't it nice? Andron says, do we even need it? Wouldn't duped Cacophony with Kicker do it? Half the library, then mill 8? Or is that not how duping kick spells works? You're correct. That's not how duping kick spells work. So first of all, when you duplicate the kicked version, it will mill half rounded up. So if you had 20, it would mill half rounded up, which would mill 10. Then there's 10 left. It mills half rounded up. It would mill 5, so there would be 5 more remaining. If, for instance, I wanted to do the kicked version once and the regular version once. What's the order that I do this and opponent goes first? Corkies, instead of stating your question as a sort of, like, negation, state, I would have done blah. And then, instead of forming as a question, state it as a statement of what you would have done, because it makes it easier to understand what you Blue. So let's see here. What do I want to do with this dog? Certainly red. You know, I think I just foretell Dual Strike. I'm slightly worried about my opponent getting to draw some cards, but that's okay. Alright, let's see here. Okay. Sure. I don't think Snakeskin Veils are run in super large numbers here. I'm gonna Explosive Iteration first. Hand. Deck. Exile. Okay. Create wolf tokens. Okay, so I need to do this now, huh? Another Dual Strike. Actually, yeah, let's hang on to this shit. Because I can Dual Strike the Divide by 0.
I fight for everyone who fears the encroaching night.
Okay. What a good dog. Okay, so we're probably going to Dual Strike Divide by 0, yeah? She's flipping. I'm being so irresponsible. I'm literally flirting with my wife on Discord. I fucking love flirting with my significant other from the other room. I fucking love doing it. It's so fun. I've like... What a good dog. I've lived in the exact same, like, 1,000 square feet with my wife for, like, 2 years now. When I say live in, I mean, like, mashed together as a result of lockdowns of various sorts. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. And it's fucking terrific. It's been awesome. Get out of here. You. Probably environmental sciences, no? It's been so fun. Stingy says, how do you flirt with someone you're married to? What do you mean, Stingy? I talk exactly like they do in 1700s letters, when there was no digital communication, And if you didn't see someone that day, you probably weren't ever going to ever see them again, ever. You know what I mean? Dearest Brett, how I long for your heartwarming presence. There are few rays of sunshine such as you to grace this green earth with such grace and elegance. You know, shit like that. I don't know this. Or Azan says, use a VPN and tell her you went all around the world just to tell her you love her. Oh yeah, that's what I'm fucking talking about. Your dogs have been married 25 years. It's almost required to flirt on a regular basis. I love flirting with my wife. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very excited to get to October this year. Very excited. Very excited. Gonna hit our 10-year, man. Alright, so what? So I'm gonna do this before Duel Strike. Resolve. Oh shit, we're not on the... Okay, whatever. Ruin Crab. Actually, a little crabby guy might not be bad here. It's kind of what the doctor ordered. We get wrecked if our opponent has another land that they just play and replay the Reckless Stormseeker. For some reason I thought that we were at pre-combat. Never mind, I'm the best. Don't play with fire. Alright. I'm so lucky. Well. Alright. Well, I'm pretty devastated. Rainbow QTV says, haha, yeah. Guys, I also enjoy flirting with my significant other who is definitely real and exists. Haha. Oh, 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 no! Fuck. All right. Yeah, that's good. All right, everyone, get your crab emotes out. We have the ruined crab. We need to make more meme emotes. More meme emotes. Ooh, what do we have here? Ooh, it's control deck. All right, let's go ahead and just crack in the face. Look at the fear. Look at the fear that the crab instills. Shit, dude. Alright. Oh! Ruined crab. Now, if you want to see some incredible metagaming, I play this first, and then watch. Then I play this Ruined Crab, because I know this list, and it runs Jwari. It runs Jwari Disruptions, and I successfully just played around Jwari Disruption, man. I'm so fucking sick, man. Dude, I'm so good. I made this guy spend his divide by 0 on a crab. I feel amazing. Environmental sciences. Alright. I'm going to Cathartic Pyre. Discard 2 cards. Dude, I'm going to go all in on the mill plan. I'm chucking these two. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, yeah. Dude, I love getting rewarded. I mean, this is... Yeah, sending the crab. Sending the crab. Oh, yeah. Nulitides, did you woo your significant other with your impression of a Shakespearean play? Seems like something you would do. No, I was very terrified of intimacy at that point in time. The idea of being in a relationship was very scary. Because, oh my god, a Doomscar for my crabs! Oh, I love it. Yeah, I'll get the free Expressive Iteration. Seems great. Oh, one in the hand. How greedy am I? I think I want to win. Yeah, I think it's 2 lands. Did I go second this game? Did I go first? I think I went. And library. Six. That's it. We did 6. Shit. Alright, you got it. I mean, this is... If we, like, draw Maddening Cacophony here, this could be really... You know, this could be scary. Wood with the goat noises? Oh, yeah. Alright. Grundischland. Don't need that. Alright. Alright. Okay, you are always allowed these things. Sure. Now we're basically gonna get probably 2 Tashas. Probably 2 Tashas.
You have to put in the hours. I've got some
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 mana. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw out the Evolving Wilds, crack it now, you know, get the pass-through equity. Dual Strike. What do you think? Can't exactly divide by 0 that. Okay. Alright. It resolves. This is an interesting question. I think we just go greedy, huh? We just go greedy. Alright, little damage taken. Ooh! The ending of that animation is a little janky. The start of it's beautiful. And then it's just they were like, and it just fades out wiggly. Sure. I mean, at least I can devour it. Look at these alternate win condition nonsense decks just going up against each other.
Give me a moment.
Give me a moment. Seriously, like, just give me a goddamn moment, please. Hello. I even play around Jwari Disruption now. Are you gonna mill it? Better than mill it, table, man. We're gonna exile that shit. Alright. Oh, we got it. Alright. We won. We just literally won the game. It's over. Oh my god. That's why you gotta be really careful whenever you approach the second sun. Gotta be really careful. Not because your wings might burn up, but because there I am with my clickety-clacking Crablars ditching all your stuff into exile. Get in the bin. Alright, let me just... Oh, I have thrown out a part of my body that I never thought I would throw out. I never thought I would. It happened very late at night. Very late. Terribly, terribly late at night. When a young woman by the name of Cece the dog wanted to get into the bed. Now, she can get into the bed. She can get into the bed. But she wants to be lifted into the bed. Now, if any of you have ever done deadlifts, when you have a puppy like mine that weighs 70 pounds, you know, you have to make sure that you get good leverage. When I went for that leverage, I messed up. I messed up and I sprained, like, the hinge of my hip. And, like, it's like there's this little part. Doesn't hurt a lot. It hurts the tiniest little bit. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So we really need to kill the Blood Artist, because the Blood Artist says that whenever a thing dies, you ping-pong for damage. Ping-pong. Okay. Okay, this is the way it is. We just need to stay strong and stay healthy. Unlike my booty. I actually think I'm gonna chuck this Cathartic... Well... I need to just double chuck. I want that Stormcarved Coast. Okay. This is a good excuse for a massage. Yeah. Oh, look at that. We're both working together for the mills. Sanguine Brushstroke is so obnoxiously good. I really gotta hurry up. Dead in a small amount of turns. Alright, let's expressively iterate, but save the Galvanic Iteration for the Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Put 1 into your hand. Library. Exile. Alright, so I think we might be able to win right now. I mean, my opponent's deck is crazy cheap. My opponent has 34 cards, and they exile 18? Is that right? Good lord. Hello. Hello. Come here. Whoa. Come here. Whoa. Oh, shit. My Galvanic Iteration. It's a good thing I run 7 copies of Spell Duplication, though. You know, this is it. We just hit Tasha's Hideous for... Oh, we got him! Yes! Oh my god, I love this. Ah, yeah. Ethan, it says, love when the cats visit the stream. I love it. I love it, Ethernet. I love it. I love it a lot. Alright. Opponent goes first. This is a fun-ass deck. Can I just say, I am in a good mood as of late. I'm in a really good mood. Blue. Yeah, let's go ahead and untap this. Can the dog visit the stream? You know, Brett and I have been talking about doing a little doggy meetup soon. A little doggy up. But the cats live in here with me, don't you, sweetie? In other very, very nice, happy... No. News. Despy. When we first got Despy, she was very playful, but she was incredibly skittish. And she's slowly warmed up, and this has been the happiest that we've ever seen her this year. She, like, doesn't even mind being picked up like that anymore, because she knows I'm, like, really and she just spends all day purring. Like, all day she spends purring. And then she gets her little cute, like, coarse meow. You know what I'm talking about? When your cat's, like, really happy. So they go, like, "Row! Rah!" You know, gets those little kind of noises going in there. You know what I'm trying to say to you. Sweetheart. I think probably environmental sciences. Excuse me, honey. Excuse me. Okay, excuse me. She's like purring so hard. Trilling, that's the phrase. Put 1 into the hand. Okay, right. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. It's okay. She's just my sweet little happy baby cat. I love her so much. Let's see if we can get a little trill. Dispy. She's like, I was trying to get through in the first place. I don't know what's the deal with you. Oh, that's right. These are in your spot. I gotta move my keys. Well. I'll sacrifice it. No. I'd rather die. And library. Over here. I think we just take a bunch of damage here for a little bit. Dropping change. I know. Who uses change anymore? What the fuck is change? Perfect. Alright, let's get the science to be just straight up environmental, baby. I mean, we're gonna take a good bit of pain. Let's decline this, because I want what I want. The Sean wants what the Sean wants, you know what I mean? So, hand, deck, exile. So I'm actually gonna, weirdly, I'm gonna do this now. Get another island. Yeah, I'm just gonna send it back anyways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's in 7, so we can go copy Tasha. So if we draw another mill spell, copy to copy to copy this. All right, so my opponent has 47 cards. We first, wow, we get 13. And then we get 14. Nice. Okay. Now, the problem is there are multiple ways in which we die on this turn, but probably if we just sacrifice everything. So let's do this. So we hold full control. And then what we do is we tap this, tap this, tap this, and we cast this from the grave. Now what we're going to do is we're going to sack everything. Yeah. 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 Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. D-Brock24 with the sense of humor. You love to see it. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. You know what? I think we're ready for best of 3. Are we? You know, I'm a lazy, variety-focused gamer. There's no sideboard plan for this trash. We are exclusively gonna BO1, ruin our enemies' BO fun, to be #1. I'm excited. I'm excited to be myself today. And the funny thing is, this isn't my list. This isn't my list. It's not my list. This, rather, is me net decking top meta decks. And as it turns out, this is one of the ones in the tippers. I wanna save this. Let me get past this ad. Oh, this is a good thing. All right, great. There's so much drama lately. There's actually like a lot of mama drama. You know what I mean? There's a lot of mama drama. I might be going, what are you talking about, Sean? Here's what I'm talking about. There's just a lot of stuff going on. Microsoft buying Blizzard today. Insane. Absolutely maddening. I think I will say red. I mean, see no reason not to get up early in the morning and mill the shit out of a bunch of stuff, right? Seems pretty reasonable. Alright, so we're against Orzhov Clerics. They're slow and very robust. So we have Microsoft buying that. We also have, in the Dota community... in the Dota community, Valve canceled one of the majors, and a lot of the future careers of Dota pros is up in the air. Like you just don't care. Shit. Oh my god. Someone's looking out for me. In Magic, there's these new formats. Like Alchemy, and of course I've been hearing some murmurs of dismay about Kamigawa Neon Destiny. You know? Ugh. In Age of Empires 4, there's drama. Because people are concerned about the direction that the game is headed in with the most recent patch. Are they patching it fast enough? There's so much. And out there somewhere, out there somewhere, is someone who's wondering to themselves, man, all I really want to do is have a nice day away from drama and play some Magic. I want to get away from the world. Tired of all these stresses existing in the communities that I care so much about. I'm tired of all of these. And then they run into me on the ladder. How does this work? Alright. Alright. Fuck. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, hand. Library. Exile. Okay. Do you feel that? Do you feel that? There's a... In the top 3 here, there's a Maddening Cacophony. I can't believe it's literally right there. Fuck. Alright. Hand. Deck. Exile. Hmm. I mean, saving the crab is fucking hilarious, but it wouldn't let us win. Can I block enough? We're gonna go to 5. I think we send this one all the way to the bottom. I think we do. Oh, Sacriel with the Mondo raid. Sacriel with the absolutely massive raideroni. Ah, all members of the 42nd, welcome. We might look like we're getting our ass kicked. You might think to yourself, there's no way this Day 9 character will ever be able to get out of this situation, but you'd forget that my opponent only has 4 cards left in their deck, and we are a mill list. Let's go ahead and expressively iterate through our options. Ooh. Well. Hand. Library. Exile. Can we get one of our 2 remaining copies of Maddening Cacophony? Just wait. Did we go first or second? Maybe we should just scry for it. I think we should. You know, green. Why not? All right, good. Ay, 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 ay. Shit. Well, we didn't get him. So close, so close. Well, you know, first of all, Chris, what a delight and a treat to see you today. For any of you darlings that have never stopped by this peculiar corner of the internet, I'm Sean. Or Day 9, as my on-screen name tag of vanity would indicate. We're playing a fantastic deck in Magic the Gathering that is all about milling the opponent. It's all about milling the opponent. Now, in case you don't know what that means, it means you probably haven't played card games. If you haven't played card games, you've come to the right place. Let me run you through how this works. In card games, you draw cards, use the cards either as resources or spells. Resources typically to help you cast those very spells. But the developers of Magic the Gathering said to themselves, you know what? What happens if someone runs out of cards in their deck? We need to make the game end somehow. We can't just say, well, if it stalls and you couldn't finish, then it stalls forever. No one likes draws, even chess players. So, what they said was, if you don't have any cards in your deck, if you would go to draw and there's no cards, you lose the game. So we built a deck that destroys our opponent's deck. That's what we're doing. Prosperous Innkeeper, eh? My goodness. All right. This is a blue. Let's go ahead and go red. So, for instance, our crab, 1, 2, 3, every time we play a land. No, let's not attack with the crab. Every time we play a land, our crab spews 3 cards from the top of their deck into the grave. Let's do it. Socrates says, don't worry, Sean, my chat are more than accustomed to watching me seemingly getting my ass kicked, but I also assure them that I am indeed winning. Indeed, man. I mean, that's just how it's done. Chris, how have things been going? I've been seeing you playing a lot of Tarkov when I wake up in the morning. And if any of you are hungry for a mill list, such as this one, you should find it if you hover your mouse over in this top left area. Alright, so let's go ahead and keep the mill game going. So I have a lot of cards that don't exactly help me do anything active, but kind of prevent my opponent from doing anything for a turn or two. So I have a lot of delay cards, and destruction cards are more expensive than delay cards. Because if you destroy with something like Cathartic Pyre, then it's gone forever and I never have to deal with the threat. But if I have something like Fading Hope, notice this costs total of 2 mana, this costs total of 1 mana. Return target creature to its owner's hand. We go for the cheaper delay cards, because in theory, we never even have to win the fight in the end, we just mill them. Great hand from PB Handari says, hey Sean, given how unrestricted your mana requirements are. Oh, I never want to be up against this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to divide by 0, which says whenever your opponent casts a spell, you can just return it straight to the hand and pull a card from your sideboard and put it in your hand. PB Handari says, hey, given that you don't actually have as restrictive of mana requirements, I will actually let you know that we have restricted mana requirements in this deck. Might not seem that way initially. Is this a blue? This is blue, red, blue. Let's go ahead and get red. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to name blue, and we are going to... We actually do have restrictive requirements, because we have a number of things that are blue-red that we want to cast on turn 2 and 3. So we actually have to be extra, extra careful. So secretly, we actually need to have a very, very, very tight control over what our mana sources are, which is why in this list you have a lot of things that can give you the choice, or you just have the straight-up dual lands. So great. So here's what I mean. Like, I'm going to return this one to the hand. We're just delaying, right? Just delaying, just delaying, just delaying. Loktar says, is this a mill deck? Oh, this is such a fucking mill deck. Oh my god, we got Sequisha here too? Oh my god, what a treat. What a treat, Sequisha. The heck, just bouncing everything on the cheap can be a lot of fun. Oh, it sure can. Let's see here. We have 2, 5, 6, 7. Actually, we're getting pretty close to being able to just pull off a glorious victory. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Put one into the hand. Okay, let's put this one into the hand. This one goes into the library. This one goes out here. All right, so here we go. So we're going to, first, we're going to Evolving Wilds. Let's do this. So let's see. Is there a way to... Do we wait a turn on this? Probably not. Yeah, let's just chill. Okay, I think we have the play. I think we have the play. We're just gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens next turn. Probably the Goldspan Dragon's gonna come down. This guy's just an absolute house. It's flying, which means it can't block on the ground. Has haste, means it can attack immediately. Whenever it attacks, it generates these things that let you get more mana, get more resources to make stuff. Not my crab. Perfect. My opponent agreed wholeheartedly. So what we're gonna do... 30 cards left. This says mill half the opponent's cards rounded up. So we're going to go ahead and do that. This is why we didn't cast it the previous turn. So we're going to go ahead and mill 15 cards. Our crab is going to hold down the fort. In case any of you have not yet utilized the crab emote, it's there waiting for you anytime you need. Squeezes is a reasonable card. Yeah, no, it's totally, it's like, it's fair. Like, I think it's fair. It's like a fair thing to do. Oh, a Town Razor Tarrant. Sure, sure. Seems reasonable. Is this a 4-color list? This is 4-color. Wow. Wow. What? What? So, we need to make sure that we cast everything correct. Go ahead and block the Prosperous Innkeeper. We're going to go down to 13. And from there down to 11. Because the Town Razor Tyrant sets our land on fire. Oh, look, a final dragon. Do I want to sacrifice it? No, I'm going to decline. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cast this spell that copies the next spell we cast this turn. We're then going to cast that spell from the graveyard, which will copy the ability to copy the ability to copy the next spell this turn. And then we're going to cast a thing that mills our opponent for 8, which then gets copied, which then gets copied. And now there's no more cards in our opponent's deck. We merely pass the turn, and our opponent explodes. And I was making this proposal before. If you win with mill, I don't think that it should just have your opponent explode. I think it should do what Solitaire did when you beat it in Windows 95. Where the little cards... You know what I'm talking about? Oh, that'd be fucking sick, man. I actually think this is like a idea waiting to be implemented in Wizards. I'll give that idea to you NFT free. You can just have it. It's incredible. My God, look at this. Look at this wondrous hand. Crabs really are leading the charge nowadays. Thoros is different animation for each Windows mode. Oh, yeah. I think the crabs should be like, fuck yeah, and flex and do the dance. All right, let me get some water. I'm just so thirsty. It's hydrating. Good. What? Oh my God. Oh my God, that's... If my opponent gets Tasha's Hideous Laughter, we like, are screwed. Oh, what? Oh my God. That's a dual strike. Okay. I mean, I guess this. Hand. Deck. Exile. Okay. Oh, this is like... This is truly stupid. This is... Yeah, alright, let's see. I mean, this is a tricky spot. So we would need double blue to... Okay, so we should... Oh... Okay, so 33 to 42 cards. That's a dual strike. I mean, this is actually a little bit intimidating. Average mana cost is 2 in this list. So we mill 16... And then we mill 15. We got him next turn. We still have 32 cards left in the list. This is so stupid. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of those, like, OG musket fights. Like, pre-Revolutionary War, where we each fired once, and right now, we're currently stuffing the front of the gun with, I don't know, gun pellets. I don't fucking know how old guns work, but you know what I'm talking about. Where you, like, pour in the... And then you, like, stuff the thing. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, look at that. And then I pull... Bang! And he's like, oh... Tell my dearest Elizabeth I love her. And because it takes so long to reload a musket, I can't shoot him in the middle of his last request. I don't want to hear that. I mean, let me tell you something. If I were in a battle and shot someone who's like, please, please, tell my father. Bam! No, I don't want any more responsibility. I am already going to need therapy after this, man. Not a chance. That's why you have to have a backup musket. Only used to cut off those final wishes. Wormy PhD says, Day 9, is the universe eternal? I appreciate that you think that I'm the most qualified person to answer that question, given that all I do is play games, think about games, and when I'm done working, I want to sit down and unwind with some games. I mean, that's incredible. That's incredible. But the answer is no. It probably only have enough time to do something that a marketing campaign can fill in with some form of entertainment. You know what I mean? Clickety-clack. 9 inner L, get the 58 months in a row, says you have such an awesome laugh. Always makes me laugh. Stay awesome. Thank you. Do I just cacophonate? Is that all I do? I think I do. Galvanic Iteration in these aggro matchups is typically used to copy damage and bounce spells. Rory PhD says, great answer, thanks. Yeah, it'll be about 20 minutes, which is more than enough time to heat up that oven and pop into DiGiorno's. Oh, dude, look at this. Drawing cards, we're gonna kill the Mango King. I think we blew it. All right. It's okay. So the play is Galvanic to copy Cacophony, and then Galvanic to copy. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Four, 4, and 2 is 10, and then there's 11. So we need to dodge a haster for sure. And this is the game. So we win next turn. How many Reckless Stormseekers do we have in here? 2? That's... So we go to 2. Unless a haster's played, and then we're dead. Oh, we died anyways. Ah! No, he got Xaxes. Oh my lord. Oh. Little did my opponent know they were dead next turn. Rats. Well, time to keep queuing up and ruining the days of people that aren't running Gruul Werewolves. Okay, I totally zonked out for a moment. I had a rad track stuck in my head. One of the tracks that I always have stuck in my head, because I feel like there's like a loop of songs that everyone sort of just has playing, you know, that the brain always comes back to. There is an indie game you can download for free. One of my favorites of all time, because it's lovely. It's just a lovely little game. Has a great build-up, fantastic music. The art, programming, design, and music all done by one person. The name of that game is Within a Deep Forest. Red, scry. Don't need more of this. Oh, that's a Galvanic Iteration. Oh, shit. Within a Deep Forest. It's a nice little track. I don't really have the best set of tools, so I'm looking for some scries to get where I need to get going. Thank you, Tasha. Shawnee, thoughts on Matrix 4? Didn't see it. I did see Spider-Man, and I like Spider-Man. Let's improve our quality of cards. There's a divide by 0, that helps. So my opponent almost certainly has 4 mana plays. You know, I'll be honest. I have not really watched a lot of movies. In terms of media that I have consumed, be gone, bastard. Teachings of the Archaics. Thank you. A Galvanic Iteration to do some teaching, which will allow me to draw 1, 2, 3. And I should still have one less, so then I get 1, 2. A very nice little play. But I'm a big fan and admirer of, I think his name is Nicholas Nygren? Nifless is his name in the game dev community. One of the people that made me be like, wow. I want to make games, man. Loved Within a Deep Forest. And there is a track that plays in the tutorial region. That's just terrific. Can I go for the kill here? Because if I kick the Maddening Cacophony, I mill 25 cards. I think so. I think this is it. I made a mistake. I don't have an untapped land source. But yeah, I always have that track from Within a Deep Forest stuck in my head. Oh my god, Ren and 7 from heaven. My god, the combo. I haven't seen this combo in ages.
The entire forest is an army.
Well, this will also help us a little bit with filling the bin. Okay. So I think that this is what we do. We Tasha's Hideous Laughter and we just see what happens. 23 becomes 5. Becomes 0. There you go. Ta-da. I got him! Sergeant Stevens. GG. Dish. This is fun. Cosmic Kong says, have you commented on Microsoft acquiring Blizzard Activision with specifically StarCraft? Well, I actually don't know a single person that works on StarCraft team. As in, like, I believe very literally there's, like, what used to be a large team replete with human beings has just had people move to other places in the company. So the fact that Microsoft might be in charge at some point, I think still doesn't really change the fact that I don't think there's anyone working on that property. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, like, you know, when you know, like, a ton of people, and then on your Twitter feed it's just like, hello, I've left Blizzard to pursue other opportunities. Hello, I've left Blizzard to pursue other opportunities. Hello, you know. And then even having done work with StarCraft team over a long period of time, I just don't. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. So, I mean, when it comes to future game properties, broadly speaking, obviously StarCraft 1 was like my upbringing where I played and competed and went to tournaments, and I still think of life in terms of a real-time strategy game. I tend, even though StarCraft is something that's really important to me, it still falls under this bucket, which is the same as all other games, which is I just don't really get my hopes super up. And I don't actually mean that in this negative, miserable sense of the word. I mean it in a very functional way. On this stream, you see this embodied for years. It's like, Sean, are you excited about this game? And I'm like, I mean, I'm going to play it. I'm looking forward to it. But, you know, feeling a little tired, so I might not stream on Friday. Like, I've been doing this forever. I rarely get hyped about stuff in a way that really sticks. Like, Lemnis Gate was an example of a game that I was looking at, and I was like, this is actually really fucking cool. I want to remember to check this one out. And then it was during a period of time where I was tired, so I just took a few days off streaming. And then when I came back, a few days later, someone said, hey, you missed Lemnis Gate. And I was like, oh, I missed Lemnis Gate. I was like, oh. You know how I do it. Do I want to bounce this fucking card? Oh, God. This is dangerous. So this is the... Yep. This is the red, white, green Ramperoni in the Pepperoni deck arena. I do need to bounce this now, because foretelling a card is not the same thing as casting a card, and if I didn't, this would flip. And you might say, well, that's fine, right? Because then you just cast Fading Hope and it still doesn't hit you. Well, I still want to consistently keep this thing. I want my opponent to be on nighttime. Or, excuse me, I want my opponent to not be on nighttime ever. So one of these is going in the hand. One of these is going back into the deck. One of these is going into exile. So now I can pass because it's not going to switch from day to night. Elf King says, this is from our streamer who had the audacity to announce their excitement for Star Citizen last week. Yeah. I'm not saying I am numb. I don't feel anything anymore because my heart is Pochita. Right? Like, that's not... And yes, I've been reading fucking Chainsaw Man. Do I have it here next to me? Somewhere. I'm not saying I'm heartless. I go, yeah, no, I'm excited about things. That's sort of cool. But I don't have the sort of, like, vibrating intensity of, like, oh, shit. Oh, God, I hope they do thing X, Y, or Z with my favorite. Oh, fuck. Because there's so many good games that exist. I like Magic. I like Dota. I like Age of Empires 4, even though I'm not really streaming it. I replayed through Inside and continue to build my fan theories of what's happening in the world. It is a good day to die. All right, let's see. Can we mill 50 cards? Oh, that's some. So we're gonna. It's looking like 30. Ooh, so we milled about 40 cards, which is a little tricky. There's a lot of good games right now. There's a lot of fun games to play, a lot of games to look forward to. Next week, I'm going to be playing Project Zomboid on Tuesday and Thursday. Or, excuse me, Wednesday and Friday. It's a 4-mana 3/3. Oh, it's a 4-mana 3/3. 4-mana 3/3. All right. Okay, so do I want to sacrifice it? I'm going to decline. I wish I had actually put this stop here earlier. Well, Goldspan Dragon, which I'm nearly certain is in this list, would kill us. It's not in this list. Or they're just 4 stacked on the bottom, you know, whatever. McIntyre says Chainsaw Man was oddly middle school level perverted. Like goals of touching boobs, found it hard to continue. Same, absolutely. Agreed. I hate the gropey, like, fans. I can't believe that the idea of... Don't look at the land. Don't look at the land. Remember when I said I wish I had this stop up? But anyways. Yeah, like the whole fan servicey element in media, oh, perfect. I don't like. I hate it. And I don't even like that it's called fan service. It's like, what? Well, we would have had it, but we got interfaced. And what I mean by that is typically this game lets you respond to things in advance, but every once in a while they just don't code in that response, and it just happens to you. So that's what happened in this game, which kind of stinks a bit, but that's all right. But yeah, no, and on one hand, McIntyre, there's a point where, I'll spoil this for you, he does get to touch a boob. And he goes, that's it? And it's not the sort of glorified, amazing, incredible, wow, you know. It's like, what? Like, what am I doing? What the hell? Sure. Which on one hand, I appreciate. You know, it's kind of like in really old noir, there's someone who's like really misogynistic, and then they're sort of presented as like a hero, and that the misogyny's great. It was amazing, what an amazing film. Yeah, he's a real man, etc. And then like in modern films, you'll have characters that are misogynistic, and they take it on the chin, honestly. What do I want to do here? I think I just pass. That's really good. So in, so I appreciate that it's kind of, oh yeah, hand, Jack, exile, perfect. I kind of appreciate that the story did that, but even so, I'm probably gonna read all of Chainsaw Man, but I found it, like, it's kind of, some of it is, like, really doing it for me, and a lot of it's, like, really not doing it for me, and I still don't quite know what to think. Let me take, for instance, one of my favorite manga ever that I don't even think is good. It's called Claymore. It's about a woman who is part of a mysterious organization. They live in a high fantasy, sort of empty, lonely world. And there's these monsters called Yoma that devour people, but they're shapeshifters. They can look like people. And so, the only thing that's able to fight the Yoma are half-human, half-Yoma beings called Claymores. Some of you are going, oh yes, this is a fucking anime right here. Yeah. I don't need this. I told you I didn't. And in the story, it follows the weakest Claymore, as she's experiencing rejection from the various villages who are appreciative of her saving them, but also fearful of her, because she's half Yoma. Oh. And it's goofy, and it loses its... Or not goofy. It takes itself so seriously. So seriously. Like, it takes itself so goddamn seriously. It's so edgy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And everyone's tough, and there's all this ridiculousness. But I fucking love it because I love monsters. I love cool monsters, and that's the whole series. Dude, Reeful of the West, and fucking Isley in the North, man, these guys are sick. I love this. And by the way, it sure looks like we're gonna get some ruined crabs. Do some ruined dabs on the enemy. In the bin with you. Oh, look at this. Yeah. This is obviously Azorius control. And ruined crabs ruin this shit. And I liked Claymore. Like, the battles were very epic. Frankly, a lot of times there's a lot of romance in stories that I don't actually care that much for. If the story is about romance, such as my favorite Korean dramas, love that shit. Can't get enough. It's the absolute bomb. So we're going to Expressive Iteration. We're avoiding Jwari Disruption. But, ooh, yeah. We're avoiding Jwari Disruption. We could have gotten a hit by Divide by Zero, but I really think the Ruined Crabs are going to just win the game for us. You know, like, I sort of hate when it feels like there's a show or a series that's about something, and then romance is kind of like, thrown in. Something like that. Thanks for the reminder. But the thing that I like about Claymore is it's pretty much all about the camaraderie of all the Claymores. And it's just about them trying to get through shit together. I really like it. It's really great. It's not the best, but I really like it. It's really nice. And I hunger for these kinds of dark fantasy tales. I think that they're fucking sick, man. Let's just get another Ruined Crab out there. Hand. It's the crab of the day. Red. Yeah, no, I mean, like, there's this other anime that I briefly watched called Seven Deadly Sins. Oh, yeah. I mean, talk about just little pervert for a main character. I was like, what the fuck are we doing, man? I was like genuinely baffled. I was like, what's the end game here, man? Wait, which Seven Deadly Sins? I didn't know there were multiple. I just saw Netflix be like, Sean, you'll love this. And I watched it and was like, ugh. And Netflix was like, do you want to keep watching this? Sean, reminder, you can keep watching this. Sean, do you want us to play something? You were just idle in the app for 8 seconds? Let's fire up Seven Deadly Sins again. Get out of! Fire off, Netflix! Dude, what is it with these crabs? Look at this is incredible. Still haven't seen Arcane. Still haven't seen Arcane. We're saving that for a rainy day. And by that I mean just maybe on a weekend. Get your crabs ready, babies. Who you calling a baby? Why you? Oh, okay. So this is a Boros aggro list that is trying to leverage some of the early white life gain and defense in the aggro matchups, and then a lot of fly and haste dragons to just shit on things in the end. Let me go ahead and send in the crab. But Mons, it's crazy how much you get desensitized to super sketchy attitudes in animes. I used to watch a lot of animes in high school. I tried to show some of my favorites to my girlfriend. Both me and her cringed so much no matter how wholesome the show I think it was. Yeah. No, I mean, I feel like it's kind of the same thing with, like, you know, that sort of, like, deep-seated misogyny as one example, where, like, you know, if you just grow up around people saying heinous shit, and you see heinous shit said, and then less heinous things are said, you know, there's that obliviousness that kicks in. Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I think I might just want all the... No, wait. Hand. Sorry, I'm not against Azorius. My brain melted for a second. Get him, crabs. Get him, boys. It's important to spend time to be proactive. Think about and reflect on that sort of shit. I want to be very efficient with my mana. Dude, double crab in the opening? It's fucking sick. So we're probably going to go divide by 0 into environmental sciences, then divide by 0 into archaic teachings. Alright. I mean, I actually think that we might just divide by 0 archaic teachings and then just win with Tasha's Hideous Laughter. I mean, these crabs are working it, man. But Mons, I really appreciate you acknowledging that. A lot of my friends who grew up watching anime and still watch today, you're really defensive about these issues, regardless if they are a woman or not. Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, there's that feeling of identity, you know? Like, when there is something that you enjoy versus something that feels like it's part of you, like somewhere in here, like, oh my gosh, wow. And I feel like, you know, it's kind of like I play Magic. I play Magic, but I am a StarCraft player. You know, there's something about that sort of gaming experience that feels closer to my core. It feels like it's part of me, you know? Like, oh yeah, that's a song I like. But I am someone who's a Blue Sky Black Death fan. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't care. I'll leave this up. Seems good. Okay. And so, you know, I think that when people hear criticisms of... Oh, shit. Oh, there it is. We did it. This deck is... It gets there fast. This is why people get defensive when things are criticized, because it feels like criticizing their squishy bits in their heart and their soul. Oh, God. Because I don't know, I'm never a fan of bludgeoning. You know, I'm never a big fan of the, like, you know, you watch that's bad, and you're a bad person. Oh, you're getting defensive. Well, that's because you're a piece of shit, and you need to stop. You know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, like I need to beat them into. You know, I do have sympathy and I mean quite honestly empathy for thinking I remember this fondly, this is really great, and then showing it to someone and being kind of horrified. being like, oh my god. What do we do here? And I think that there's like, you know, stress that can really tap into this thing here where you're just like, oh my god, I'm like really self-conscious. I'm starting to get flustered. And it's like your rational brain turns off. And all of a sudden you're stress-driven. Perfect. Your stress-driven brain starts to kick in. I kind of believe it's useful and valuable to be, as much as you can, sensitive to someone who's in that state. And when I say as much as you can, you know, there's going to be things that are hot-button issues for you too, you know. And I think that if you can be supportive of trying to be supportive of someone who is, let's just say, broadly causing harm, having a offensive attitude, viewpoint, etc. Like, if you can extend some sensitivity to that person, you get to do that so someone else doesn't have to. What did I click? I always mess that up. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Power gamer mode engaged. Oh, thank God. Ow. Fading Hope's a good one. And library. I'm gonna do this now because I'm a streamer and I don't have time. Don't have time, I'm a streamer. Like a really huge big deal. The test to make sure to drink water. Yeah, hell yeah. Mr. Jeffers says, anime noob here. Any quality recommendations? Promise to be thoughtful and sensitive. Well, I mean, I really like Death Note. Death Note is... It is an absolute classic. No. Okay. That one's good. That one's good stuff. It's good stuff. No, my god, fuck! I think that literally we, like, lose the game next turn, yeah? There's so much damage. Well, that, you know, it's fucking, you know, it's like kind of a fucking thing right there. I think I need to expressively iterate first. Okay. I mean, I certainly have the look and feel of someone who's dead as shit. You should watch Monster. I heard Monster's pretty great too, but I haven't watched that much. I tried to watch Hunter x Hunter, but I keep having to take breaks. Lupine Harbingers. Haste. Trample. Haste. I mean, how lucky is day 9? I know the answer is lucky, but I don't think it's that lucky. I think we've lost 100% against Gruul aggro lists, like 100%. We need to get 18 cards per. That's pretty close. I'm not gonna tell a lie. I think I needed Dual Strike Fading Hope in this matchup a lot more. But I think one of my favorite manga of all time is called Kaku Kaku Shikajika. I mean, it's really nice. It is the story of a girl who meets a girl who wants to go to school to be an artist. I'm not going first. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck, my crab. My crabby guy. My crab. And it's about just her process of learning to understand what it means to be an artist through the sort of learning and teaching of this guy. It's incredible. I mean, it's like moving. That's it. It's no surreal stuff. It's sort of pseudo-autobiographical. It's great. Vanishing Verse on my crab? I don't believe this. Yeah, I think I need a Dual Strike Fading Hope way more if I want to win the werewolf matchups. We're gonna hit diamond with this dumbass deck. I'm in the spirits for it. What's this one? We got a blue one and an unnamed one. Let's make it red. Oh yeah, Ghost in the Shell standalone complex is unnervingly good. I mean, it's good. It's fucking good. It's good. All right. Everything will be okay. Says I had the chance to see the original Ghost in the Shell animated movie in the theater, and it really holds up. Oh, it's spectacular. So I gotta kill this now because it'll grow out of control soon. And the original Ghost in the Shell, the film, which I believe was 95 or 97. I mean, it's stunning. They did a pseudo remastering of it where they like replaced some of these beautiful illustrations with frankly shitty looking CG. Don't watch it. You gotta watch like the one true original version. I can't think of a single spell that I will not want to cast. Uh-oh. You want to see this. Ghost in the Shell. Yeah, 95. Damn, I'm good. Yeah, if you can watch it, Ghost in the Shell is one of my probably top 5 movies all time. I mean, this shit is beautiful. Take a peek. What do you see? Yeah, One Punch Man's also fucking really good, man. By the way, I'm not talking about the Scarlett Johansson Ghost in the Shell. Well, that's... I think I needed a Maddening Cacophony without trying to copy. Yeah, that was the play. That was the play. That was the play. All right, we're gonna take some pain here. Some pain in Spain. Dual strike, divide by 0 is just a beater in this. Young Mercy, if you like One Punch Man, you probably shouldn't. Watch season 2. I loved One Punch Man. I loved it. All seasons. All seasons. So good. Love it. Boop. Boop. Demons of the Archaics. Oh my god, ow. Spellbind this. Let's see if my opponent clicks the one that I want them to click. Open Primes, I feel like I should know this, but don't. Does dual strike count kicker cost, or would it be doubled? It would not. You are correct in that it would be not kicked. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. I think Galvanic Iteration into Cathartic Pyre is probably right here. Yeah, so whenever you're copying something, it checks. Where is it? Dual Strike says your sorcery spell with mana value 4 or less. Uh-oh. Fuck. I'm gonna heal 1. Oh shit! I thought I did it in the right order. Fuck! I always mess that shit up, man. Fuck, now everything's huge. No! Oh, I'm so bummed. That's the game. Well, rats. Oh wait, no, I'm confusing kicker with another thing. Yeah, no, the kicker cost is not the same as the converted mana cost. If there's X in the cost, so if it was like blue X, and then you said X equals 4, then that would be a total mana value of 6, so it wouldn't get copied from a dual strike. There we go. There we go. So I'm actually glad we're in this situation. Because we said that probably the way that we need to get an advantage against these decks is to duplicate Fading Hopes. Duplicate Cathartic Reunions. And I think I'm underdoing that. Also looks like we're just going to like straight up lose here, so that also sucks, but whatever. Ow, ow. Holy shit. All right, let's just get out of here. You hate to see it. All right. Let's do it again. Let's go again. Oops. Do 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 do. Hey, I have a quick question about Project Zomboid as we're going into this next one. My understanding is that in Project Zomboid, things start to... The water starts to shut off, the electricity starts to shut off, things like this. Beautiful starting hand. I also know that when your character dies, you respawn somewhere else in that world as a different character. Do you respawn in the same timeline? Because, like, what I mean is, let's say that you create a brand new, fresh run. It's day 1, and then on day 8, the water shuts off, and then you die on day 9. Do you respawn on day 9 in your new character? As day 9 in my case? All right, so this game's gonna be an easy W. Wow. Hey, Ghost Stalker, are you here, by the way? Is anyone here? Is chat gone and dead? I got it. You know, it's kind of funny. Right around 6, all my regular chatters get real quiet. Oh my god, King Captain Kai. Oh my golly goddamn. King Captain Kai. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great. King Captain Kai says, do you know why your dog always knows you're going to the vet? Because you always say, CC the dog. I mean, that's magnifique. C'est trop magnifique. And I get around Drawer Disruption. Thank you. Who runs saw it coming in the game? I don't... What? Why? Kidding the shit out of me. That guy. So it seems! Fuck! I need, like, so much land. What do you think about that? Anil 007. I didn't see it coming. Oh! Yeah. This is like an OG Azorius control list. Holy shit. Alright, that's a little more reasonable. 20 cards left in the list, huh? I think I'll do the same thing next turn. I think I'm in the mood for it. Thank you, everyone, for letting me know. By the way, you've probably noted there's been not a single blip on the stream. Because I figured out what the issue was. For some reason, my connection to the Los Angeles server. It's not good. It's not working out. Turns out that if I'm against a list that's not trying to pressure me at all, in the slightest, even a little bit, and I can cast multiple Tasha's Hideous Laughters each turn, every time. Sure. And get that stuff out of there. So what I'd really love is untapped lands so I can Galvanic Iteration, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, and just close this puppy up. I'm connecting to San Jose now. Hip hip, Jose! Fuck. Gotcha. Surprise. Jeff Rockman says, Tasha's Hideous Laughter better than Maddening Cacophony, in your opinion? I mean, it's kind of weird. It's like, do you think the wheel is more useful or the axle is more useful? Like, I don't know. I feel like thinking of them separately hurts. That's what I think. Lefowens says wheels are more useful in isolation. Stop participating in this conversation, Lefowens. It's just a throwaway thing. It's like a nothing statement. I don't know why you're pushing back on this so hard, Lefowens. Wheels and axles are the same thing. End of story. Jesus. Okay, so let's see here. My opponent is nearly dead. I'm gonna do this. I have a Galvanic Iteration. What do you think about that, huh? Lord Crispin says, using Prime to thank you for your continued content. Thanks for being you. Thank you. I almost divided by 0 that thing. That would have been so fucking funny. Alright. Oh, 4 left in the bin. 4 left in the bin. Lord Crispin says, using Prime to thank you for your continued content. Thanks for being you. Lord Crisper. Lord Crisper, excuse me, Lord Crispin. Lord Crispin, I dedicate the eventual drowning of a Neil 007 to you. And for any of you who are thinking I just said something really twisted, milling is generally associated in this game with being drowned. Oh, spell can't be countered, can it? But can it be divided? Oh, fuck! Yes! Dude, bro, dude. I've got this crab. Have you ever seen something more beautiful? No, you haven't. Oh my god, it's a galvanic. Oh, dude, okay, I'm gonna play this down here. Galvanic Iteration. Yeah? Yeah. Fine. I'll draw 3. Oh my god. It's so beautiful. I'm so excited. I'm playing the crab. I'm just playing the crab out. Faithful absence. Have you ever seen a crab become card draw? I have. Let's go ahead and activate this bill. Let's see if we can get one more crab in there, huh? Okay, bye-bye. Oh, I'm doing it. Oh, I love milling. Yeah, there is a famous card in Magic the Gathering. A land that mills, called the Nephalia Drownyard. That name always stuck with me. Dude, I'm gonna keep hammering with this mill shit. Lord Christmas says, yay, someone's drowned for me. I feel the love. That's my dedication to you as a content creator. Oh, yeah. Definitely not Sauron. Says, I'm here, baby. What up, Day 9? Hey, definitely not Sauron. I love your eyes. Uh-oh. Crab? Look at the crab. Clickety-clack. Sire Rose Honorique. Oh, dude. She's like absolutely terrified of my unbelievable maneuvers. You know, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna dual strike and smack this down for a red, and then I'm gonna scry. Yeah, I actually think I'll hang on to that. Yeah, because I'm up against what I believe is an Esper control list that relies on Leer and other type cheap. It relies on cheap spells like Fading Hope, like Vanishing Verse, to just deal with threats until it can cast Leer, and then that's when it tries to dump on me, the player. So I wanted to try to avoid the one form of counter these decks have, which is the Jawari Disruption. Jawari. My god, it's still so weird how many incredible, insane power IPs Blizzard made. You know what I'm saying? Like, every single Blizzard IP was like an absolute banger. Hand. Deck. Exile. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, Jellybean? Maybe. Like, I can't even believe... Like, dude, Blizzard did Overwatch, Diablo, StarCraft, World of Warcraft. Like, that's insane. And even, like, their less on the forefront IPs, like Heroes of the Storm and Hearthstone, are, like, fucking incredible. That's sick, man. Alright. It's insane. Look, Wizard says Blizz used to be the powerhouse for PC gaming. I would just say gaming, man. Alright. Here we go! My opponent's stuck on land. Okay. Let's do this and this, I guess. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Forsaken Crossroads for probably blue. And then let's scry one. I actually do want that dual land. So what I intend to do is I tend to take this, discard, because this card's getting exiled anyways, and I don't really need this many lands. I want one land. Terrific. Really good. Trapdoor Spider says, Day 9, you getting in on this sweet patch action tomorrow in AoE 4? I'm not. I'm passing. I'm passing. Because a lot of the issues that I take with Age of Empires 4 is the meta feels a little redundant. And frankly, it's just a lot of small UX things. There's just a lot of small UX things. Yeah, Ghosty, I would say in a given day of streaming, we'll always drop around 500 frames. Like, no matter what. But dude, hot damn. Today, we had none until just recently, which is incroyable. I'm Teferi. Does anyone carry?
Don't worry. I face scary.
I just get to shoot her.
second there. Who's counting?
Here a second, there a second, everywhere a second. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, because if I just like dual strike Galvanic Iteration, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, that's like really good. That's like really good. Picking up Warhammer 3? Hell yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot I was saying about Age of Empires 4. Yeah, like there's a lot of the UI UX around selection and unit hitboxes, things like that just feel like that is something that gives me once a minute something in that game drops. Or is hard to click on something like that. So that's my second, and that can be improved. That's just like refinement and tuning that can occur. That like I just don't have any interest in being annoyed once a minute. Then in terms of a lot of the matchup type gameplay, in a lot of the matchups, I feel like each faction has their thing that they really focus heavily on being about this thing. And I feel more constricted than I would like for each of the factions. Well, I guess I should say it in another way. All the factions play similarly, and then there's the part of the faction that's asymmetric. Right? So we have the similar part and the asymmetric part. Let's imagine that I lopped off the unique part of each faction and said, just play this one base civ. How interesting would that gameplay be? And I don't think it's that interesting, right? I don't think it's that interesting, which is why they have this top part, like the top 30% of each civ, is so different. Which is fine, which is good, which is great, which is terrific. There you go. But I feel like because that bottom 70% of each civ is so similar, and the gameplay of that is kind of more flat than I would like. Fading Hope to bounce, and that's it. It's the only spell that can be cast here, is that Fading Hope. So I feel like that 70% base civ, if we played against each other, that wouldn't be that interesting, which is fine. Because doesn't the 30% fix that? Well, I feel like the power that's in that top 30% is so strong, you're a fool if you don't leverage that asymmetry. And so, if you're a fool for not leveraging your unique asymmetry as much, that's where I start to feel saniness kicking in. Whereas if you took Age of Empires 2 and said, okay, the core 80% that all civilizations share, let's take that overlap, and then everyone only plays this one very vanilla civilization. What are these games like? I actually think they're quite interesting. I don't know if my explanation is even correct or checks out, but I'm trying to just communicate the feeling of each civ feels like it must go down certain routes. And so when I'm picking, say, Rus, I'm not picking this collection of possible strategies. I'm picking, like, two. Approach of the Second Sun. Sure. So Dark Argument says, isn't that what AoE 2 had to a much higher degree?
Give me a moment.
I don't think that more asymmetry strictly means better, in the way that I have wound up describing it, for instance. Dude, yeah, let's do this shit. Did I make you a mistakey? I think I did. I thought this was tapped. Just looked tapped to me. I think I actually need to do this now. Whoops. Turn that fucker to the hand. Teaches the Archaics. I don't like that as much, but it's okay. Ooh, that's rough. But yeah, no, I absolutely agree with the assessment that StarCraft is super, super, super highly asymmetric. So let me quote the people that worked on the original StarCraft when they were thinking about Warcraft 3, which is in Warcraft. When they were working on Warcraft 2. In Warcraft 2, previously in Warcraft 1, the factions were identical. There were two factions. They were just different arted versions of the same thing. It was the same shit. Yeah, I'm literally, all my calculations are completely off because I thought that this opponent was fully tapped out when I did my turn last. It's getting closer. So now we're probably going to lose what should be a high win rate matchup, which stinks. Alright, well great. My opponent made a mistake. Fantastic. Fantastic. So now my opponent has too many cards in their hand. And this gives us an actual opportunity to get back into the game. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Five, 6, 7, 8. Well, I mean, my play's pretty clear. It basically guarantees that we draw 2 cards, which gives us a chance. Oh, that's not good. So, yeah, that's a loss. Ah, that sucks, because I just thought that this one thing was up. Now my opponent's just going to cast Approach of the Second Sun. That's kind of stupid. Whatever. Okay. So let me make this point. When Warcraft 1 was made, there were 2 factions that were fully identical. And so there was no imbalance issue at all. In Warcraft 2, they made two factions that were identical, orcs and humans, with one difference. There was one spellcaster that each one had that had a unique, different ability. There was the Knight that generated mana and could use a healing spell to heal units. Then there was the Ogre Magi that had Bloodlust that could buff the attack and damage of units. As it turns out, Bloodlust was a better ability than healing. Period. And that's it. That's all there is to it. And so, if you played competitive Warcraft 2, it was just orcs. It was just all orcs, period. No one played humans, because that was the only difference between them. And so, when Blizzard was working on the original StarCraft, they were playing actually a lot of Magic the Gathering at the time, and what they observed was, if you have a little bit of difference between the factions, you have balance issues. And I'm going to come back to that phrase, balance issues. You have balance issues. But if you make the factions way different and really different, it starts to feel like there's enough tools that you have and enough differences between you that there's many different solutions to a problem. Now, I want to come back to that Asteroseed statement, which was balance issues. Balance is not just 50-50 win rates. Because technically, if you just said, hey, I have a great balance idea, we will only make there be one civilization in Age of Empires. We'll only make one race in StarCraft. It'll just be Zerg, right? Because then it's guaranteed 50-50 win rates. No one except for Zerg's winning, right? Or similarly, if you just gave me two asymmetric, like highly asymmetric factions, I could tune them in a way such that it's pretty much within a percentage point 50-50 balance. But that number, the 50-50, is only one aspect of balance. If you start like polling and interviewing and studying and researching where people describe things as being imbalanced or unfair, lots of things different from the idea of 50-50 win rate, people will talk about. They'll talk about things like if one strategy is easy to execute and another strategy is harder to execute, but there's a 50-50 win rate. You'll hear people complain, well, there's a balance issue because this one's easier and that one's harder. It should be the same input of skill to deal with this situation. You see situations where one faction might have 2 legitimate strategies and the other has 5 legitimate strategies. But because there's a 50-50 win rate, technically there's not an imbalance, but people will still say there's a balance issue because there's not an equal amount of viable strategies and this sort of thing. And so, when you start to look at a lot of these, one of the balance issues you have with things that have a lot of symmetry with 1 or 2 differences is that the only wiggle room that the developers have to allow one civilization to have strength or weakness is in that tiny asymmetric part. And if we take our Warcraft 2 example, which is Knights that heal, Ogre Magi that have Bloodlust, the balance patches would just be about that. That's all that it would be about, right? If they wanted to adjust the win rates. But think about this for a moment. Let's say Ogre Magi Bloodlust is better than Knights with healing. So what does Blizzard do? Well, the only thing they can do, which is buff the healing. That's the only thing that they can actually work with, which is buffing the healing. If you played as human and you didn't build Knights, you are not working with the only thing that can fight against the Ogre Magi Bloodlust. Because Ogre Magi Bloodlust is really good. You should get it. In other words, if the asymmetry of the 2 factions, if one of them is strong enough and the other one gets tuned to match it, then players are forced to do Ogre Magi's and forced to do healing as a result. In other words, there's no such thing as a human or a player that sees someone going for Ogre Magi Bloodlust who goes, ooh, I have an alternate way of dealing with these things outside of Knights with healing. Because that's the only thing that they can possibly use that's different from what their opponent is doing. IXWT says, would a decent summary be more differences, more knobs to turn for balance? That would not be a decent summary. The summary is that if you, the player, or if the developer is in a situation where there's not a lot of balance knobs, as was the case in Warcraft 2. However they tune those, if they want the differences to be relevant, you, the player, have to use that asymmetric piece. In other words, footmen exist for humans, and if they're tuning a lot, if the power of the Bloodlust is too strong, so they crank up the Knight, footmen are just a bad unit to build, because they're not leveraging your answer to that. And so this comes a little bit to Age of Empires 4, which is, for instance, Holy Roman Empire get triple bonus for getting relics. They get triple bonus. Relics are good, but Holy Roman Empire gets triple bonuses. That's unbelievably fucking good. Now, the other factions have their various strengths. If you sat down to play Holy Roman Empire and you didn't go for the triple relic play that triples the bonus of them, what is it that you're doing to give you an advantage? What are you doing? What are you doing? And so, I'm slightly oversimplifying, but the degree of variation that I felt when I was watching a lot of different... because I watched a lot of Age of Empires 4 over break. I played a pretty strong amount. I didn't feel like there was overall as much variability in the game, generally speaking. Like, again, if you lopped off all the civilization bonuses and just left that basic 70%. I don't feel like there's enough variability in there. And then when you place on the asymmetries between the factions, I also didn't feel like there was as much asymmetry there. Or I didn't feel like there was as much variability there if you lob on the asymmetry to the pile. That's my statement. So Warden says more strats are evolving weekly to sub for the supposed mandatory strats. I was using one fixed example strategy, so that way I can communicate to a broad group of people that don't play the game. It is false to say the Holy Roman Empire strategy is to do this, period. What I'm trying to emphasize is that it's so powerful that in absence of everything else going on in the game for people who've never played, it kind of sounds crazy to not go for that sort of thing. And that's the whole goal. That's the whole point. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. Dude, what wins? One crab or two crabs? I think two crabs has it. That's pretty good. So to sort of build on what Warden TV was saying, about, like, well, let's not oversimplify and just say it is as basic as there's one strat per civilization. I want to stress, I give Age of Empires 4 very high marks. I'm not saying Age of Empires 4 is some 2 out of 10 trash attempt at an RTS. I played like 200 hours of that game, and I've watched well over that, more, of people playing. And getting me to commit, like, hundreds of hours to something in just the last 3 months, game is fucking good, right? Don't want anyone to make any mistake about that fact. Divide by 0 into environmental sciences is a good play here. Let's go ahead and send in the crabs. So I want to stress, I'm not saying that this game is bad and boring and the dregs. I'd probably give it like an 8. And I haven't even played the single player. Rather, what I'm saying is that someone... Yeah, you know what? I'll just let the Ruined Crab come back to my fucking hand, bruh. Rather, what I'm saying is that I'm someone that played Brood War. I'm someone that played StarCraft 2 for, like, over 10k hours. Like, I played some games that were... Like, the more I dug, the more richness and interestingness and little things that I could optimize in terms of just one unit's type of unit control against just one other unit. It felt like there's so much in each of these things, and there's this incredible possibility space to these strategies. No. My opponent has a Teaching of the Archaics. I'm going to make sure that my opponent has a lot more cards in their hand. And I know a ton about RTS games. And, you know, what does it mean to know a ton about RTS games? Well, it's like you start to just get like a, wow, hell yeah, man. Fuck yeah, dude. I love Judd Master, man. We're just beating each other to death with crabs, man. Get in there. Yeah, it means that when I'm, like, looking at the game and I'm playing and I'm sort of feeling out into the future, it's not just that it's fully unknown. It's like what expert card game pros talk about when they play other card games. They're like, oh, I see. So, looking at this Hearthstone Heroes cards, I bet you that it will likely quickly advance towards a control-centered style of play. Easy. And they have that kind of intuition that helps them in those situations. And so when I'm playing, I'm just sort of like, oh, okay, I'm kind of seeing how this is panning out. I'm kind of seeing it. Congratulations, everyone. We've done it. We got the combo off first. Alright, let's see if we can... Alright, here we go. Alright. Oh my god, I go first with a crab? Is it my birthday? I don't even believe it. We're against T-Rent. Or maybe even Trent. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck, man. We're against good old T-Rent, baby. I've been playing way too much Wordle, man. I can't see words properly. Dude, I'm so tickled by something that Lee told me yesterday. Lee is one of my dear friends, and we do a show every Monday called Mostly Walking. And Lee lives in San Francisco, and the subway system in San Francisco is called BART, the Bay Area Rapid Transit. And Lee was saying that when they when the war in Afghanistan first started. A little while after that, Bart shut down the bathrooms, saying that they had concerns about potential terrorist attacks. Now, if you don't know anything about a lot of the large cities in America, a lot of large cities in America are not kind to unhoused populations. So there's a lot of, hey, instead of trying to create programs to help people who are homeless get housed and get jobs and get back on track, instead we're going to put dividers on the benches to make sure no one sleeps there. Or I live by a place called Echo Park that there were tents that were being put there, and they just kicked fucking everyone out of the park. Like, people that were living there and people that weren't, just everyone. And then they put a whole bunch, yeah, don't fuck with me, I'm a ruined crab baby. They kicked everyone out, fenced it all up, and just shut it down for a few months. And now it's like, it's literally hard to get into the park, you know? And so when people heard, oh my god, Bart shutting down the bathrooms, like, I mean, I wasn't there at the time, but I mean, I lived in the Bay Area for a while. People were talking about, yeah, no, we think that it was just, like, saying that it was, like, terrorist threats was just some sort of cover. So that way they could make sure that, you know, unhoused people were not sleeping in the bathrooms or something like this. And Lee said that when Biden pulled out of Afghanistan, like a week later, all the bathrooms in Bart opened up. Like, I was just not expecting that. It's like so fucking ridiculous, man. Like, it literally does not make any sense to me at all. I mean, maybe I'm a fool, but it's just like, that's the funniest thing to me. It's like absolutely ridiculous. So let's see here. We gotta. I think I just Tasha's Hideous Laughter just straight up. Deep fried Swedish fish is nothing worse than being a Lake American needing to pee so bad and having to walk all the way to East 18th and 5th Avenue with no bathrooms in between. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And also, I had no idea that you live or lived near that area. Oh, was there green? Was there green that I saw? No, okay, so it actually is just Jeskai colors. I wonder what the blue's for. That's so funny. Various has lived 5 minutes from a BART station for 7 years. Hell yeah. One of my absolute favorite restaurants in the entire Bay Area is right next to Lake Merritt. It's called Ensaro. Wako the Wako says, I think this deck plays Tiamat to refill the hand. Ow. Dual strike Tasha's? Ooh. Let's go ahead and send the crab. Now, if we draw land, we get to cast 3, Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Alright, let's go T-Rent. Let's go T-Rent. T-Rent. Little does T-Rent know, there's no hope. Take a peek. What do we... Pricey ass deck. Well. Cards are in exile, 13. I don't care. I don't care. Darius the Tiger, great question. Says, spending my last 2,000 points to ask a dumb question. From someone who doesn't play Magic, why are you attacking with a 0 attack minion? Yeah, because it's funny. That's it. That's the whole reason. And the fact that you were confused instead of laughing might suggest to me that it isn't funny, but if there's one thing I've learned in life, you commit to the bit, okay? So look, I was going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter, but you asked a question, Darius the Tiger. I'm going to attack with this crap. The game is stalling out. I think my opponent might not permit the attack with the crab. Why is there so much tension? What's going on? What are we doing? What are we doing? What's the... What? Your go. And get ready. Get ready. By the way, this reminds me of that. I don't know if this ever happened to you when you were like in high school or college, or even maybe in middle school, when you're just like, you got a crush on someone and you're watching a movie and you're together. And you're trying to do that thing where you like set your arm like this, like with the hand facing up in an uncomfortable rotation. So, and next to their hand that's facing up, because you're trying to like, whoever you just need to hold my hand. It'll feel, oh my God, it'll feel so amazing. Like, you're just anticipating the most zero contact. Like, that's what I thought of, where I was just like, come on, I just want to deal nothing to you. I want to deal nothing to you. Alright, let's see. 10 and 10. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's going to be close. This is an expensive deck. 7 on the first one. Oh, shit. Oh. God, I don't know why we just can't fucking win. I don't understand it. Oh. Oh. Ugh. You know what we need to do? We need to go to best of 3. Now, here's the thing. I don't do sideboarding. We need to go to bed in 3s. That's right. That's right, Rebbers. All right. This is the game. No more reds in the deck. Tableman 5 says the word will upset me. I forgot that word is a word. Yeah. Dude, I'm such a killer in Wordle. I'm one of those squares that does, like, the same shit every time. Did my opponent just miss a land? I love it. Love to see it. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. Fire some wealth. This is actually a really interesting decision. How do I play against this knowing that everything's cost has been reduced by 1? I think I ignore this for a moment. Cathartic Pyre is not actually a very good situation here. So this is the hand. Deck. We're going to name blue here. Go ahead and just scry 1. That's a good one. Cathartic Pyre is getting used to cycle. Oh my god. Joshin says, hey Sean, sorry for the long message, but thank you for the streams. Recently I had my cat run away for a week. While he was gone, I had a hard time watching you play because your cats, both in real life and in the game, would meow, and I would just think it was my cat at the door, just generally miss him. Oh my god. However, today he came home and I'm happily watching you play again. Oh my god, I would cry so much. Oh. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, I'm crying just thinking about it. Oh, that poor little kitty. Oh my god. Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna cry just thinking about that poor little baby. Cathartic fucking Pyre? Are you kidding me with this shit? Dude, I actually think that Matt's face might just not have anything that's that good. Dude, oh my god. Oh, I love my cats, like, so much. Despy is like a super homebody cat. Like a super duper homebody cat. Like, she just loves hanging out. She's currently taking a nap in a box. It's a Home Depot box, so it says how doers get more done. Yeah, I was talking about you. Hi. I love you. God, I'm so obsessed with these cats, man. I love these cats. Do I Fading Hope one of them? I think that Fading Hope might become essential later. Okay, video game. I hear you. Oh, look at all this shit that I have. I forgot I'm in best of 3, man. Oh, this is fucking hilarious. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 5. I think I have to take this Introduction to Prophecy. This fella just doesn't have no dragons. Hand. Deck. Exile. Dude, this is so funny. Matt's face has like, these dragons in there. I'm like scared that I'm doing best of 3. Oh, it's an ADG. Bring it on. Get out of here. Dude, I love this match. This is great. Ow, ow. The cheapest you ever did see. I think I need to expressively iterate for a bit. This is such a good crab. Let's get 16 of those puppies out of there. All right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yeah. So, if we just get a land, it's gonna be great. Kalane! Look at this reclusive painter! Make a treasure, I don't care at all, man. Cost 1 less to cast, cost 1 less to cast, cost 1 less to cast. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, makes Jack a dull boy. Get out of here. Oh my god, dude, Matt's face must just be in such pain right now. What anguish on Matt's face. Oh, whoops. I guess I could have played that. Galvanic Iteration will then copy Galvanic Iteration. Will then copy a Maddening Cacophony. Oh, yeah. There it is. Bada 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 bada. Bada 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 bada. Bada 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 bada. It's incredible. It's incredible. Oh yeah, Azure Orchidee. Happy 65 months in a row. Happy 65 months in a row. Now here's the thing. Every single thing in here is a lesson. Here I go. Do 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 da do do do. Sure. We have a fading hope. We don't have crabs. Red. Oh my god, that is such a good drawal. My opponent wishes to go second, huh? No problem, we love orbs around here. Divide by 0, I do declare. I'm not really going to get a better time to do this than right now. Wookie Skill says, hey Sean, can I have your best off-the-cuff motivational speech? For what? What do you need off-the-cuff motivation for? Oh, I see what I did wrong. It's okay, we're still gonna win. Because things, if you're like, hey, I have been trying to work on a project, develop a skill, reach out for an interview, and I'm just having trouble getting the motivation, please motivate me. That's one thing. But if you're like, there's this girl, I've asked her out, she said no, but I know that we'd be great together, so I'm gonna just like disrespect her wish that she presented very clearly to me, and I just want to reach back out, and I just need, Sean, I need you to motivate me and get me in the right headspace to be that guy. And I'm like, don't do it. Oh, academic work getting you down. Oh, well, that's fine. Oh, that's totally fine. Oh, great. Yeah. Not that you're down, but that it's not the other thing. You know, that's totally fine. I've been out. Blue. Yeah, what's going on with your academic work? Academic work stuffs can be an absolute boner kill. Buzzkill's what I meant to say. I don't know why I said boner kill. It can really make a man flaccid. You know what I mean? Alright, we'll just send that one back. Hello. Bye. Yeah, it's not what I intended to say, but that's where we are now. You know what? That's alright. But I mean, you know, if you were struggling with something and it wasn't working out for you, you know, like you studied for a math exam, like the math exam didn't go good. It's okay. It's okay. Here's the thing. If you're struggling in school, it's the best advice I can give you, the thing that really helped me excel. Because I didn't do great my first 2 years of college. I did great. Oh, Wookiee Skills, the school's been online for going on the 2nd year now. And I just hate that I'm doing everything on my own. It's too easy to find nice distractions. Yeah. So this will tie into what I was going to say about, man, you know what? Didn't do so good my first 2 years, but I did great my last 2 years of college. Like, I fucking was a kick-ass dude. I was incredible. In fact, I was the envy of me everywhere. Can't believe we might actually win this best of 3. This is hilarious. Good. I really struggled a great deal. And a lot of it was that I couldn't quite figure out how the school was supposed to work in with stuff, you know, like, hey, it's Friday, I'm done with classes, so I shouldn't do work on Friday night, right? I should go have fun, because it's the end of the week. And then Saturday, I'm definitely not doing anything. So, like, Sunday, when should I get started on Sunday? You know, like, maybe I should start, like, after brunch a little bit, but then I'd start talking to somebody, and then all of a sudden... it would be, like, 3 p.m., and I'm like, well, I'm going to dinner in 3 hours, I don't want to get started yet, let me go to dinner, and then when I get back from dinner, I'll do stuff. And then it would be, like, 8 p.m. after dinner, and I'd just, like, browse the internet for a little bit of time, you know? This sort of stuff. Costs 1 less to cast. X2. What is the least amount of damage I can take? It would be like this, right? And then so I would start working at like 9 p.m. Sunday night for stuff that was due on Monday. And then this would kind of repeat until like it was Tuesday. And then I'd like be staying up late for Wednesday's work. And Wednesday I'd be staying up late for Friday. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. Environmental sciences. Probably just teachings of the Archaics, huh? And so when I think about the situation you're in, where you're like sitting in one location all the time, and it just feels like there's this constant pile of distractions. It's like endless. Sacrifice it, decline. Take the damage. So we're going to Galvanic Iteration. Draw. Okay. So like if you are having these types of distractions, like what did I do to help get myself out of the rut? The biggest thing that helped me enormously was I would get up on Saturday and I would just start working. The pressure was really different. And when I was working, I would work really hard to make sure that my work was really pretty. Like I used colored pencils and I would use white paper and I would just make each sentence look nice, and I had like a ruler down so that way I would make sure that my like writing was straight, and I'd like color code and I'd put little circles next to things, and I just it brought me lots of joy. How do we do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's go. Done. So I would work really hard to make it really pretty, which would make each minute a lot more fun. Just like 20 minutes of work, I wouldn't have done much of the math homework, but that 20 minutes of work that I had done just looked really nice. That felt really good. And then if like 4 hours into working on some, you know, problem set, I was just like, I don't fucking really feel like doing this. Oh shit, I motherfucking counted. Ooh, this is not good at all. Thought I'd have enough to do this too. We'll live. Well, I mean, there's a lot of Haze Dragons in there. But we have this play. Boom, back to 10, baby. So, the advice I would give to someone who's, like, been doing work from home stuff is first, I would get something that creates a really different space for you to work in. For me, I lived in a, you know, just a singleton dorm room. We can still win this. We just need to draw one of our juicy spells. I just had, like, a single bedroom. And so what I would do is I actually had a desk that I would slide under my bed. And when it was, like, so here was my computer. When it was time to work, I would, like, rotate around and slide this desk out. And I would, like, I mean, it was, like, the top of like, a really simple dresser. So I would just sort of, like, work on, and it was, like, a different space. And I actually had a spot where I could, if I wanted to invite someone to my room to help work with me, I had a little spot for them. And I would just sort of rearrange my room to be in work room zone. And then I would go back and, like, shove everything away when it was time to not do homework. And I felt like I actually got some separation. So I think the first thing I would say is consider, if you need to do a lot of work at your computer, create a second desktop that is your work desktop. Whatever. Oh no. By the way, too, backflip charm, I know you were trying to make a joke, sorry. If someone didn't have the context of what I was saying, what you wrote would come across weird, but what you wrote was, like, totally in line with what I was saying, so sorry for the timeout. Apologies. And I appreciate Ghosty for simply deleting the message instead of, like, timeouting, punishing. Apologies, backflip. But anyways, I would consider trying to find a different space, a different unique space that you can go to that's like your workspace. Alright, great. They can actually give you the sensation of stepping away. Second thing I would do is try to start getting up early and doing the very first thing you do is go into your workplace. Like, have some coffee, sit down, boom, just start working. We are almost certainly not going to be doing anything with whatever's cast on turn 3. It's the turn 4, 5, and 6 things onward that are the issue. Do it first. Like, literally get up. Don't check your phone. Don't check your email. Have a sense of what you want to work on. Do only that thing. And just go. Focus on doing that. Third thing that I already started talking about, which is when you're working, eliminate distractions and have a buffer period. Turn off your phone. Turn off your email. Turn off Twitch. Turn off notifications. Turn off Discord. Turn all that stuff off. And then go into a room with nothing digital. For me, I always do the bathroom. Go into the room with nothing digital and sit there for 5 to 10 minutes. Just hanging out with yourself. Horrifying, I know. My opponent has 5 things in the hand. I'm about to have 5, 6, down to 4. Good. Yeah, like just go into this bathroom and like clear your head. Just like, oh, perfect. Get all these various obnoxious distractions away. Oh, hell yeah. Get every one of these distractions out that you possibly can, and then sit in the distractionless environment and let your brain slowly drift to the work. And then sit down in your new fresh place. Your work-focused environment. And just smash on the tasks there. And just do it first. And I would also encourage you to, as you're doing it, put in like 70%. Don't try to ramp up to 100%. Try to ramp up to a pretty mediocre energy level. And then once you get past those first 10 minutes, you'll start to be into the task. You'll start to go. Someone's frightened by crabs. Also, Dan can do. I would need to know the context of when I said the comment. But, gotcha. Can't crab this. Da-na-na-na. Oh my god. Oh, thing of beauty. I actually want a Cathartic Pyre, like, right now. Are we kidding? Dang it, Deuces, I think you were talking about getting on some of your machine learning projects. Oh yeah, that's when I was doing a lot of physical fitness anyways. So I would just get up and work out and then work on the machine learning stuff. Although a lot of times I would get up and do the machine learning stuff and then go to the gym. Look at Matt's face. Look at the fear. Look at the respect for the crab. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Our health total's pretty high, man. But I mean, like, these things really helped me a ton. And the last thing I'm going to say is, depending upon what your schedule is, try to find a buffer day in there. So, for instance, if you were like, I'm going to get up early and I'm going to start working, I wouldn't do it tomorrow. I wouldn't do it this week. I would say something like next week on Monday is when I'm actually going to reset that. And then this would allow me to enjoy my Saturday, enjoy my Sunday. I wouldn't do something insane like stay up till 4 a.m. playing Dota. I would go to bed on time, I would rest, that sort of thing. Tifa Anders, we are a mill deck, so we're running the crabs to mill people. It's the best millin'. It's the best skillin'. We are the #1 villain. He's okay. So, were I in your shoes, I would do something like first find a buffer time to enjoy and a starting time. I never try to start new habits the next day. I fuck myself universally because I spend all day trying to hype myself up to do a really big change with no downtime, right? It's kind of like going to the gym and being tired and then learning a new fitness routine and then rushing to the gym tomorrow to immediately do it before you've actually had time for your injuries to heal, you know? Or hell, like going to the gym, being unpleased with the results, finding a new exciting routine, and then immediately going back to the gym. So I have that buffer time. Then start getting up early and jamming in a work-focused space that is different than your distraction, relaxation, happiness-focused space. I think we hedge and just accept some damage here. Yeah, our opponent's taking some time. I mean, sometimes I wind up with another activity that I'm doing, like I'm ordering food and like trying to go through my turns and getting distracted. It's fine. Our opponent did not play the Goldspan Dragon pre-combat. All right. We're going to accept damage here. So try to create these different spaces, even if you're like Strider 7 and you have one computer for work and one computer for play. Try to get a different desktop setup. And I don't mean like a new desktop computer. I mean literally like you can have you can hit a button and it switches to your work desktop. Yep. Another button, it switches to your entertainment desktop. You have different contextual menus that you're working with. Saruki, yeah, that's what we were just answering. Again, desktop, I mean literally like this is a desktop background. This right here. And I have like magic, and now I have my pretzel over here, right? Like now I have me in there, right? So I have these two monitors are this desktop, and you can plug multiple different desktops into that. Like different software switchers. Yeah, so like for instance, when I am done with work, I close the streaming desktop. But again, get into a different space. It can be something as different as there's a different desk in your location. Or you can have completely different lighting in your room. All right, there's the Tashas. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is about as reasonable an outcome as we're going to get. I don't actually think we're going to be able to get it, because we would need 12 per. And we get... not 12. Not 12. But better. Alright, we get 5. Alright. Villain's respect for the crab was it. So if we just get a single one of our mill cards, which we've been kind of dry on, we will have done it. Last 2 turns. So again, buffer day, wake up in your new space, your new workspace, and just go to work and focus on work in the mornings. If something is due on a Friday, start it when you get back from class. Start it the morning of. Go, 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 go. The best possible card. Oh. Hand. Deck. Exile. Perfect. Thing of beauty. Then when you're working, try to find what makes you enjoy your work. Maybe you're making it beautiful. Maybe you're talking to yourself while you do it. That's something I do a lot that just makes it more stimulating for me. Look at doing these kinds of things. And try to go like 70%, 80%. And I think you'll find that the feeling of trying to ramp up, I'm procrastinating to bam, try to like be as productive as possible, and I'm starting to fade in energy because I'm just getting so fucking tired. You know, instead of, you know, on a given Sunday, get your MS Paint emotes up, huh? Actually, let's grow this a little bit. Instead of doing this negative procrastination where you're doing nothing, and then you start to get to work, and then you kind of start crashing like this, try to, like, do, like, you start working, and, like, you know, at the start, you get a little kick up, and then you start working, and here's your maximum focus. You never even get there, right? Like, you spend very little time hating on yourself. And I think that, like, what I found is when I was starting so insanely stupidly earlier, I remember there was a class that I had that got out, like, just before lunch. It was like an 11 to noon class. 3 days a week. And I would literally come home, eat lunch, and after lunch I would immediately begin working on the problem. And sometimes I had like a 1 p.m. class. Cool, I'd just spend 30 minutes working. I would just do it like so stupidly earlier. This would be like a homework assignment assigned on a Monday, due the next Monday. And I'd be working on it, like, immediately. And what happens is anytime I don't fucking feel like working, I would just be like, fuck it, YOLO, and just, like, rip my hands off my keyboard and just, like, walk away. Which was fine, because I would have already done, you know, like, 20 hours of work that week. So who cares if I'm just, like, bailing in the middle of the week and I'm just gonna, like, fart off. The time that I spent being concerned about and worrying and going, I'll do it later, I found to be very emotionally detrimental to me. So that's it. That's my story. You're all darling. You're all beautiful. Let me just copy some of these decks, export. I'm going to leave, and I'll see you tomorrow. We're doing Brews. Tomorrow's Brews, and Thursday's Inscription. Woo! Oh, my God. Oh, we're done with the show.